This video will guide you through installing the SmartLog Pro Web Manager software using the SLP Control Panel application. Please note that there is another application named the SLP Configurator. Our user guide provides instructions for both applications, but this video is focused on SLP Control Panel. If you are an existing user who is reinstalling via the SLP Configurator, we have another video available which covers that application under the title SmartLog Pro Manager Installation. We encourage referring to the user guide for the basic requirements and full installation instructions, as well as contacting the EMIT factory for remote support. You will also want to contact the EMIT factory for the link to download the program installation file and the user guide if you have not already received it via email. We recommend you install the program while logged in using the Windows ID of the user that will primarily be running the program. This user should have administrator permissions on the PC. An important thing to note is that the SmartLog Pro Web Manager will not run in Internet Explorer. You have to use Microsoft Edge, Chrome, Firefox, or another current web browser to run it. If you are running Internet Explorer on the PC you selected, please make sure you upgrade to Edge or download an alternate browser before you begin. This image illustrates the various parts of the SmartLog Pro Web Manager and the connection to the SmartLog Pro devices. The SLP backend is the core of the whole system. It contains the system data storage, background processing logic, and public service layer that all of the other components use. The SLP Manager is the main system application used for administration, control, monitoring, and system management. The SmartLog Pro devices can work standalone, but when connected to the SmartLog Pro Web Manager, they communicate in real time. SLP Control Panel is the special application used for the system components installation, configuration, and for upgrading as well. Prior to installing the SLP Control Panel, please make sure that you have read through the user guide and followed the instructions for installing or enabling IIS on the PC you will be using. The user guide explains how to do this in Windows and Windows Server. EMIT Customer Service will have provided you with a link to the installation file, or you may have to contact them to obtain it. The name of the file is slpcpsetup.exe. Once you have downloaded the file, run it to install it. You may have an administrative message that pops up that you have to say yes to, and then it will open like this. You can leave the default folder unless you have some specific reason to change it. Click Next. Next here, and you should create a desktop shortcut to easily access the application. Then hit Install, everything's okay. This will take a moment. And finish. Please note that it is possible that you will see this message on the screen here when the SLP Control Panel attempts to open for the first time. If you receive this message, it is important that you download and install the .NET Desktop Runtime. That is required to run the application, so make sure to follow the links and get that downloaded and installed. If it was not required, or after you install it, the screen for the control panel should look like this. This application is what we will use to install the program. If we take a quick look at the settings section, you will see all of the default folders that the program will use during the installation and the ports that we use. If for some reason you need to use folders or ports that are not the defaults, you will need to change the locations here prior to the installation. We recommend using the defaults unless you have some specific reason not to. If you click here, you will return to the main page, and you will want to install the backend first and then the manager. To install the SLP backend, you will click on the install button. You'll see a warning that there is a required item which is not installed, so you will need to click on the download from Microsoft button and download and install the .NET hosting bundle. Once the web page opens, you just want to look on the right side, and it's a little bit hidden here, but if you look for hosting bundle right here, that is what you need to grab. Once the file is downloaded, you should be able to run it. You will have to go through the standard installation for Windows here. And this will take a few moments. And once that is done, you can click close and close your web page there. And what I normally do here is just click back on the SLP control panel and then go back to the SLP backend, and then this page will have updated itself. After the requirement is met, you may click on the install button and you'll see the progress of the installation on the right side. Note that if you don't have web access and thus access to our content delivery network, you can request the backend file from us and use the install from file option instead. Contact the EMIT factory for the link to download the file. Otherwise, the program will download the installation package from the EMIT Content Delivery Network and set up everything. Once the installation is done, as shown here, you can click on the Validate button to verify that everything is installed correctly. Your browser should open a web page that will contain some simple text information. And as you can see here, popped up on the screen. If this text message appears here, that means you're all set. You can go ahead and close the web browser and then click on SLP control panel to return to the main screen, and then you can click on SLP Manager or install here on this screen, and that will take you to the SLP Manager section. And as before, there is a prerequisite that has to be installed, so the program is showing you a warning that you need to download the URL rewrite module. So you can click on Download from Microsoft to grab that, and their web page will open. You should be able to scroll down the page to locate the download, which is, for most of the Windows installations, it should be the English x64 installer. And once that is downloaded, you can go ahead and run it. You need to accept the license and click Install. And it should go through a fairly quick installation here. And finish. Close the web page, and once again you can click on SLP control panel and then just go back to Manager to refresh it, and the warning symbol will be gone. And here you may click on Install, and note that the install from file option is available here as before in the SLP backend section. The program is going to download the installation package from the EMIT Content Delivery Network and set everything up. And once the installation is done, it will show you a message here, and then you can click on the Open button here to verify that everything is okay. And what it should do, it should open the browser and take you to the SLP Manager login page, which is what you're seeing load here. Once it loads, you will be presented with the user login, and you can use DESCO with a capital letter D, and then DESCO all lowercase for the password. And you will see various messages about the license. One of the first things you should do is click on this Activate button, and then send this product's ID to the EMIT factory in order to get your activation key for the program. Once the license is in place, the not licensed messages will go away. The final step in the SmartLog installation is configuring the SmartLog Pro devices to talk to the SLP backend. The SmartLogs are plug and play by design, and this simplifies the task of the initial configuration of the server location. This task should be repeated whenever a new SmartLog is added to the system or if the location of the SLP backend changes for any reason. The SLP control panel is capable of broadcasting the backend location to a local network using a special UDP message. All connected SmartLogs will automatically pick up that message, acknowledge, and configure their backend location. Please note that the SmartLog Pro units must reside on the same subnet as the server hosting the data for the initial configuration of the server location. An alternative method is available if this is not possible for some reason. You will need to contact the EMIT factory for assistance with this. The configuration step is started by clicking on the Connected Devices Configuration option. And we recommend modifying the API route that the program shows. Instead of using the server name, you should replace it with the IP address that is shown at the bottom of the screen. And that IP address is shown here, and I simply just use that IP address here on the line. Doing this will help you to avoid any DNS related issues. Once you're ready, you can click on the Start button, and this message will always pop up here letting you know that it's going to send or broadcast the information of that API route to all the units. So you click Yes to confirm, and all the connected devices on that same subnet will appear here on the list after just a few moments. You may disregard the serial number on my SmartLog Pro 2 unit. I have a test unit, so it does not have a formal number. Once the devices are configured, there is no need to leave the broadcast active. You can just stop it and then exit from there. And just want to navigate to the web page for the SmartLog Pro Manager via your browser. And what you will notice is that on the main screen, every connected SmartLog is going to communicate with the program, and it's going to reveal its presence here if it doesn't already exist in the system. And as you notice, they're going to show up as unknown SmartLogs and unknown locations for the IP addresses that were picked up. And the recommended way to add a SmartLog is to click on the Attach button, and this will bring up a simple pop-up screen where you can provide a name, and then attach it. And the SmartLog will get a default configuration, which can then be fine-tuned in the administration SmartLog section. The SmartLog status, whether it's active or inactive, is controlled automatically, and whenever the device is connected, you will see it active here and green. And if it is not connected or otherwise, it will show you as inactive there. On the main screen, the unknown location, which is just the IP address for the unit that was assigned via DHCP, may also be attached, and you may give it whatever name will help you identify it. Some people will use the IP address itself as the name, but you can use whatever code you need. Please note that the SLP control panel itself may be updated in the specifications section of the program. It will let you know if a new version is available, and here in this section, and you'll see the installed version number and the newest available version. So if a new version is available, you may download and install it directly from this screen. We also have a documents section which contains links to our user guides, the FAQ page, and to our videos page. which contains a variety of hardware and software videos that will help you to configure the most common software settings and to install your smart logs as well. For further information on software training, updates, and communication between the software and the tester, please contact the EMIT factory.